Just think you can flap your yap. No cap, yo, we looking at the facts and stats. Second city gritty to across the map. Put your cleats on your feet while we run some laps. Buckle up your seat while we have some chats. Who the GOAT on the court, pictures and running backs. Plug in your jacks and you're whipping your phone. Shalom, let's get it on, just a set in the tone. I don't need it.
Welcome everybody to the Setting the Tone podcast. We're back once again with the little Chicago Bears draft analysis. We're about to give y'all our grades on what we thought about this draft, the players, the picks, the order, GM, coach, however y'all want us to look at it. Me and my man J Mac, how you living, brother?
I'm living, man. I'm living. I'm still anxious for some football. Shit. Anxious
Oh
for
man,
some
you're
football.
gonna have to find some other hobby, man. We ain't even close.
Yeah, I know. I might have to go check out the UFL or something. You know,
You'll
just
have to get on
watching.
the video game and play a couple seasons.
Right. But you know, if I get into the UFL, I can watch some old Bears do they thing. Austin Reed and our running back.
Yeah, I
Uh,
saw him. Push for that touchdown.
yeah. Yeah, he had what, four touchdowns in that game.
I
But
only
he
saw
only
that
had
one, but I thought he was gonna go to med school or some shit. I thought he was gonna make the NFL. That was his second option, med school. He said, "Nah, fuck that. I'm playing football."
I want to play. Right. Yeah, Ian Willer. Ian Willer.
Ian Willer,
Right.
folks. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought he was a med school kind of kid, you know.
Right. But yeah, he still want to play. So
Yeah.
I think them boys might get another shot at trying to get on a roster or something as
Yeah,
long as they
I think
playing
that's
good
his
somewhere else.
idea he has right now. He's like, look, I had a whole year to get over that knee injury because he had to take that year off.
Right on.
Now
Right
it's
on.
like he should be at 100%.
Yeah. He putting shit on tape for the other 32 teams in the NFL. So
Facts.
hopefully he can catch on somewhere.
I hope so. I like the kid. He looked good with us when he was in camp.
Right. You like a feel good story, and he's
Yeah,
one of them. He's one of them.
and his mom almost made me cry when he hurt himself.
Right on. Being right there for him. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's his number one support.
Well, brother, how you been, man?
I'm living, man. I can't complain. I'm still breathing. We're still
Still
ready for
breathing.
some football.
All right.
I'm
There
still
you go.
getting my got my 5 second athleticism. So I'm good.
Hey, I'm thinking, how should we tackle this first? I mean, we're gonna tackle it every angle we can, but let's go with what is your overall grade? Let's start with the overall grade for the entire draft from the first 1 through 7, first 7 rounds. Even though we didn't have a seventh round, but let's go ahead and what's your grade for the draft?
um, my overall grade after a few days of letting it sink in,
Mm-hmm.
um, I would give it a B.
Okay.
Just based on talent and just how BJ raves about the players that we drafted, and so did Ryan Poles. Um, it went totally different than what we expected. Um,
Yeah.
it went way left. Yeah, I think this whole draft just threw everybody for a loop.
It
Because
did, man.
we was expecting something totally different, and we didn't get it. But as far as an overall grade, I would give it a B.
You give it a
I
B.
would give it a B. How about yourself?
So I try to block out the coach talk and the GM talk because they try to sell you on what they did, and I try to like focus on what I saw from the team last season and what I saw from the draft picks, and I have to say I give it a C plus. A C plus.
Okay.
I like the players. I don't necessarily love them. I like the players. Um, and some of it fits our needs. But I thought we reached on a couple picks. I thought the order of what we drafted could have been differently. It could have just, you know, we needed a defensive edge. We needed a left tackle, and we didn't draft either of those. We didn't even we didn't even move up in the draft to get it. Let's just say Thieneman was a no-brainer. Let's just say that for a safety because we did need a safety. I don't know if we needed
Hmm.
one in the first round. We probably could have got one in the second round, but let's just say he's a no-brainer. With that boy McNeil Warren, he still was around. He was one of the guys on our board
Hmm.
later on, and I think we could have got him later. Anyway, let's just say Thieneman was a no-brainer. We could have moved up to get a DN or a left tackle, or probably even stayed pat and still got one. But we decided, nah, we're gonna let the board dictate our move. This is who we have. This is what they're selling us, at least, or they selling us. we're gonna let the board tell us what we need as far as like the best talent available. I don't know. We we need certain players on our roster. We saw what our weaknesses were, and we still have pretty much the same players at those weaknesses. We have a couple players we picked up, but they don't look like those players don't look like I'm gonna shore up those problems. They don't look like those type of players. They look like I'm gonna fill a role type of player. So I just felt
Right.
like we didn't address what we really needed early. You know,
Well, um, that's again, that's from our standpoint as fans. We want to we had in our mind what this draft should look like, and I think we need to take into account that um, shit they signed a bunch of defensive tackles in the off season, and it was something that I think his name Street Kentavious Street was saying, doing his presser that um, our defensive line need to learn how to play the run as they rush the passer, and that kind of like made sense because I think that's a way that they control the line of scrimmage is playing the run on the way to the passer, and you didn't see much of that last season. So I think that was their way of shoring up the defensive line without drafting somebody, um, or just showing confidence in in the players that they signed last year, and just showing confidence in the players that they signed this year. So I mean, it's not to our liking, but we have to trust the coach. I mean, he did put us in this position to where we are now. So
we
we
are
don't
in a
like it, but
we are in a position where we're not at the top 10 of the draft. I agree with that. Um,
yeah,
as far as some of the stuff you were saying was we we did get some defensive tackles. We still didn't get an edge. We need an edge. Um, are we going to continue to rely on what we already saw? Maybe it'll click for him. I don't know. But you were talking about um, stopping the run on the way to defending to rushing the pass. But that's not like a coaching problem because the player
yeah,
we didn't have any rookies on our team, so
yeah.
it wasn't like it was inexperienced defensive line. It sounded like a coaching problem. Like they not you know putting this down. Like, hey, this is what we need to be doing. Y'all not doing that shit. Come on, man. We didn't went
That's
through 17 weeks and we didn't get it right.
and that's probably what BJ was talking about when he's saying that they can coach some things different. That's probably what he was addressing.
Hmm.
You know, not just on the offensive side, but the defensive side of the ball as well. So I think you know that's touching on some of that as well, like what you're saying. It's a coaching issue
I mean,
and getting
Dennis
these
Allen's
guys coached
a
up.
veteran veteran defensive coordinator. That should be in his tool belt. You know,
Yeah,
coaching that up.
and also you just also having the D line coach
That
to
too.
coach it in that manner as well. So you know I guess we just gonna have to see what the coaching looks like this year and see what type of approach that they take, what different approach that they take,
Yeah, because
and
they ain't leave us no choice, bruh.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
they left us none. They left us none.
we and I know I sound like I'm nagging about the draft picks and the draft order and stuff, but y'all gotta remember, I'm a fan. Been a fan forever. I, my patience, man. I'm just like, get the shit right. It's in your face. You know what I'm saying? It's in your face. Just get it right.
Right, but at the same time, you know, it was something you get on me for is we got to build for the future as well. So yeah, we want to win now, and I think we still can. But you know, you still got to prepare. You know, get your team right for the future so you can stay competitive. And that's kind of sort of what some of this draft has led us to a little bit.
So we going I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, go ahead,
So we're
go
gonna be
ahead.
the Rams. We're gonna draft the quarterback while we trying to win a Super Bowl, even
No,
though we got a
man,
quarterback.
please, man.
We driving for
I,
the future.
I I felt McVay on that one though. That was come on now. I felt McVay.
We in win mode right now. What are we doing?
Yeah, I felt
we
McVay on that.
we drafted a
But
player that can't help us right now.
no, it
That's what
won't
I've
be
been
able to
preaching
help
to
you.
you.
Well, but the players that BJ has went after, especially offensively, they have contributed. You know, besides the first half of the year with Burden and Colston fighting
Yeah, for
through
sure.
injury, those guys did contribute, and so did Trapillo. He contributed. Monungai, he contributed right away. Those guys that Ben Johnson pegged for his offense did contribute. They talked about Turner getting ready to turn the corner when he got injured. So they got some faith in the guys that they drafted last year,
I
and
see that. Yeah.
it's just right now Turner. We need to see a little bit more on the field when he gets back. Um, we still got to see what Frazier can bring to the table. And that's going to be a good competition in that cornerback room with him, with Frazier, Muhammad, Smith. Uh, who am I forgetting? Uh, the boy that likes to play in the backfield, play with the fans, Stevenson. So
Your
it,
boy.
it's going to be some good competition back there in that CB room.
Yeah. I mean, I've already liked our CB room prior to the draft, but I like it even more now that we got more depth because we were getting bodies. Everybody was getting injured last season. We didn't know what it was going to look like week to week. But I already liked our CB room. I didn't think that was an Achilles heel or a problem at all. I think that's something that they addressed in the fourth round, and that's fine with me. It wasn't at the top of the board, and they got a good cornerback. They got a safety early, and I'm fine with that too. Um, you think
So
Go ahead.
what do you think about our safety?
The one we drafted,
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be a day one starter. I think that's good. You pick a player in the first round, they better. I say the first 3 rounds, they better be day one starters. You know,
they want
um,
starters or real top contributors. Right
top
on.
contributor, top rotational pieces. Yeah, for sure.
Right on.
Um, so I saw his tape, and he has great instincts to the ball, and he's got the speed to recover. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so for a safety, that's gonna be great because he can really be out there like paying attention to the whole field and just react to it, and we ain't gotta worry about him getting beat over the top.
Yeah, and it was something that um that was said like last season doing OTAs and stuff. How DA wants his safeties interchangeable.
Mhm.
You don't know who's playing free, and you don't know who's playing strong.
Right,
So I think that's what they was, and they both got speed,
right,
and that's what Da was looking for in his safeties. To make them interchangeable. When he had when you got Brisker and Bayard on the field, you instantly know that Brisker is your strong safety.
right.
Period. He cannot play free.
No,
I
sir.
mean that's just obvious. So he wanted to get faster in that area. So I understand the pick now. I
Yeah,
understand letting those two safeties go. But I like I like Thieneman. He was the number two safety on the board, but we know that our pick was McNeil Warren. We wanted him, but
right,
you can't go bad with the number two safety on the board when he fall
right,
to you at number 25. That's a
right,
pick you got to make.
for sure. And I'll give the Bears props. This props for this. They said they wanted to get faster, and they got faster at every spot. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where they needed to be faster, they got faster. They took care of that. So if that was one of the things that they were looking for on their board, speed, they addressed it.
hmm
they didn't they didn't care about the position. They said, "Oh yeah, we got speed. We got speed at center. We got speed at safety. We got speed at receiver, corner. Yeah, linebacker. We
no,
got it."
no, no. The only issue I got with the Bears draft process is they go after these RAS scores.
Yeah,
They got to be top RAS scores. He's explosive. Man. What did you see on the field? I need to see it on the field. Fuck
right.
all
What the
these
field tell me? Yeah,
right.
they
Fuck all these 3-cone splits and 40-yard
yeah.
dashes and his
Like you
vertical
can mix
jumps.
that in there, but let me put what they happen on the field a little bit ahead of that.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Like I thought Sam Roush was a reach, to be honest with you. Tight end in the third round. Thought that was a
Yeah,
reach.
I thought it was too, but um, as I go through the rankings, and unfortunately, I had to use PFF. Um,
Don't use it, man. You come out the
they,
RAS scores, you using
they,
PFF, and that ain't that shit ain't right, man. Nope,
no, it's
nope.
not.
You can't get on them. You can't get on them and then come with the PFF.
But they was the only ones that actually ranked everybody that I was looking for.
But they
Every,
scores ain't the. You know what I'm talking about.
right, but as I go through the list, I
uh,
had like two or three lists. This dude was ranked. They had him as the between the fourth and sixth best fit, the fourth and sixth best tight end in the draft. Now, I didn't hear shit of him until we drafted him. But they had him PFF had him ranked number 87. Another team had him ranked number 108. And
okay, so that means he could have probably fell to us later in the third round or maybe the
yeah,
fourth round.
right.
I think he was just taken too high for a blocking tight end. We could have got him later, or we could have got somebody else later. It wasn't a top priority to be
But
drafted in the third round, in my opinion. We're gonna see how Poe's third round turn out because we know he has a history of not hitting in the third round. He got Sam Roush and Zavion Thomas this year.
only thing about it this year is you got BJ's input.
True.
And I really believe that with BJ being a former tight ends coach, he probably pushed for that pick. You they as we are as we've been hearing a lot of that we're top 5 and running 13 personnel.
Hmm.
So we're gonna need that blocking tight end
Where are we? Where are
to
we ranked in stopping the pass rush? I mean, stopping the pass or rushing the quarterback or stopping the run. Where we ranked at those two? BJ, the coach of the
bottom.
whole team. Damn it.
Yeah, he the coach of the whole team, but
we
you
we top 5 in 13 personnel, but we 30th in stopping the run. Let's go ahead and get this 13 personnel cracking.
but
That's my
yeah, I
vote,
mean,
D.
if you can, I understand that, but if you can outscore them, if you know your defense is trash, in certain instances, like BJ said, he want to put up put up some points. He want to
Hey, that just
see the
reminded
ball.
me of an old Bears coach. What's his name? He was all offense. The defense was horrible that year.
Oh, damn, the dude with the glasses,
Yeah, him.
Trestman, Mark Trestman.
Tressman. That's some Mark Tressman shit.
Yeah, but BJ he do have a knack for the defense and what he want from the defense as well.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I guess with the offense, he can recognize players that he want instantly.
Yeah.
I think it's up to DA to articulate what he really wants in players that we draft. And
I had a question. I've been playing devil's advocate this whole episode. Is are the Bears being Poles and Benjamin BJ, are they handcuffing Dennis Allen by being so offensive focused and hey, you gonna have to work with what we got?
I don't know, maybe because I've heard Poe say in some pressers that our coaches are particular about about traits that they want.
Yeah.
So maybe some of these players don't have the traits that DA wants, in order to move up in the draft to draft them or to give up draft picks or assets so they can draft somebody.
Mm.
Maybe them players wasn't there.
Because these
That
draft picks got BJ written all over it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
it really do. Like the center. Um,
Logan
another
Jones.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah, another thing you can see with this draft, they didn't wait to go get their players. Like Logan Jones, he was a player that they eyeballed, that they eyed through the door, and you can tell in BJ's presser how he said he was smitten by him.
I'm
So
not totally mad at that pick either because we lost Drew Dahlman, our Pro Bowl center, and the guy we picked up. I really haven't read great things about him. I saw them in the Super Bowl. I don't have a whole lot of faith in them. Some people do, but I don't. So Logan Jones is just waiting in the wings to take that spot at sometime this season or next season.
oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely going to create some competition there. He's going to give Bradbury a run for his money. And just watching his tape, and dude he's pretty fucking athletic as far as what I think for what Ben Johnson wants out of his center.
Right.
Uh,
So what I saw from Bradbury was his run blocking is excellent. Pass blocking though, he getting pushed into the quarterback.
he getting pushed into a quarterback, but he didn't give up a sack. And you can say the same for Logan Jones when you watch his tape. He's susceptible to the bull rush, but he didn't give up a sack.
So
And
is that good enough? Like, yeah, you didn't give up the sack, but that might not be on you. That could be on the quarterback being mobile. But you also took the quarterback off his timing by him having to move around. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're giving up all that pressure.
Well, I mean, just watching from what I seen when he did give up a pressure. I mean, the quarterback stayed right there in the pocket. He didn't move, and he delivered the ball. And I think Caleb can maneuver around that, and he's
But they
got a
want
quick
Caleb
enough
to play from
release.
the pocket though, right?
Yeah,
That's what they want.
right,
Your center getting pushed into your lap. You can't really play from the pocket. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to make adjustments.
right. But I don't. But you got to remember the route concepts that BJ likes to run. He likes to get rid of the ball quick. And then
Okay,
you don't get a lot of deep pass concepts
true.
in BJ's offense. It's either a 3-step drop and get rid of the ball, quickly, and let the receivers do their thing. So I don't think that'll hinder Caleb in the pocket.
Okay.
And
Like I like Logan Jones and the second round pick. I'm not mad at it, although we probably could have done a left tackle in second round.
yeah,
Although they brought in guys, but I don't. Do you have faith in those guys? I don't know, man. I don't. I fell in love with Ozzy Trapillo by the end of the season. I thought he was surprisingly better than what I expected.
yeah, because you ragged on him once. I kept telling you he can play both sides. But you kept saying, nah, but he played right tackle the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
couple of
yeah. I did,
seasons.
but I started to give it up to him later when I saw, okay, yeah, he could play.
Yeah,
So let's go with the
yeah.
last thing I said. He can play. I'm like,
Right on.
okay, Ozzy can play.
Now, I don't know for me with
I don't
this
believe in
draft,
Braxton Jones.
I I do, and not just Braxton Jones. I have a belief in what BJ is trying to do over there. If Braxton Jones don't, you got Jedrick Wills, you still got Theo Bennett, and even when Braxton Jones got benched, I didn't see what he did that was so bad for him to get benched. I mean, that's just my eyes.
The
I
fix
mean,
was in for Ozzy. They wanted or Theo at the time.
yeah, yeah. And then they put Ozzy at right,
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't see what he did that was so bad to get benched in that Raiders game. But
they
that, I
have so
mean,
little faith in Theo that they moved what's the name from guard to left tackle in the playoffs.
yeah,
I
yeah. I
don't
thought
think
we
they
wouldn't
believe in
see that
Theo.
again.
Yeah, I don't think they believe in
But
Theo. That's my point of that.
I mean, but we talking a playoff game, so you get your best men on the field. Even yeah, you just that's just just got to eat that. You just got to put your best guys on the field, and if Tooney was your best choice at that moment, you got to go with it. And he didn't give up a sack, so
Joe Tooney was all world last year for the Bears.
yeah, exactly,
Might as well
exactly.
play him at left tackle the whole season. Put your best guys on the field.
Yep, I agree. So
What you got, man?
since we talking grades, we went overall grade for the draft, and for Dillon Thieneman, I I suspect you give that an A for that draft pick. I give him an A plus, but I don't want to speak on your draft. I mean on your grade, so I'll let you give that grade on a Dillon
Okay.
Thieneman pick. I give it an A plus because it was a need and it was the best player available. So we got both at the same time.
I'm gonna give the pick a B plus. It was a need, but I don't think it was a first need. And that's the reason I'm gonna lower the grade. The player is an A. The position wasn't the top need. I, am still sticking to my guns. We needed a defensive end first and foremost. So that's why I have to lower the grade a little bit. But I'm happy with the pick now. We got it. Thieneman's gonna be a stud for us, I believe. So I'm happy with it. But as far as like priority, it wasn't a top priority. That's all I'm saying. It was a priority. I think we could have gotten a safety with the second first round pick. Or the second pick in the first pick in the second round. Sorry, first pick in the second round. I think we could have got a safety then at 57. So
Okay.
and a good safety because he was still available, McNeil Warren. So we could have did
At
something different.
57?
Yeah,
What round did he go in? Because I know the Browns took him. I think they
he
took him
went
with,
way later than expected.
yeah, way later. Kind of pissed me off because that's who I really wanted. But yeah, well, what kind of grade do you give the Logan Jones pick?
I'm sorry, the McNeil Warren went 58.
Oh yeah, yeah, we definitely could have got him at 57.
Yeah,
We definitely could have got him at 50. It was a lot of players that got drafted out that I thought that we would go after. And again, it's about like what you said. It's the order in which they were drafted and the order in which players were picked.
right.
And
Like
we
we
are
needed to
and
go ahead. Sorry.
we needed the end.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you was about to
we
say,
needed a
right?
safety, but I think we needed an end more than a safety, and we still could have gotten a quality safety later, like we just saw. McNeil Warren
Yeah.
could have still been, he would have still been
Yep.
there with that second round pick. We could have filled both needs. You know.
Yeah, but like what we said, I think they're comfortable with the ends that we got
Yeah.
for them not to go after a defensive end, especially when you had some that was available to you. So they're with their board. I remember Poe saying in his presser that it was Thieneman and they had two other players in that in that um in that
Hmm.
round that they would pick if Thieneman wasn't available.
Okay.
Now
'Cause-
who now what we don't know who were those other two players
right. Right. Because I know a lot of people projected Thieneman to go earlier, like to somebody like
hmm
Minnesota or something. You know,
or the Panthers. Yeah,
or the Panthers. And he fell
definitely.
in our lap to 25. People had him like ranked as high as 15. What I
Yeah,
saw. Uh,
right. And the fifth, they
yeah.
had him ranked number they had him ranked number 11 on their board.
Mm.
They had him ranked
So
number
we
11 on
using
their
their
board,
rankings now.
and that's all I got to go with.
I was fucking
Uh,
with you, bro.
that's fine, because trust me, while I was looking at it, I'm looking at the fifth sitting up there. And but they got everybody listed who I was trying to find. And I couldn't
Yeah.
find it with ESPN. They was going to top 100 or the top
Yeah.
150. I wanted to go deeper, and
I see.
yeah, they had it.
So thinking about the safety we drafted, the enemy, like we could have drafted a safety in the second round. And I'm also looking at the first second round pick, Logan Jones. We probably could have got him with our second. We could have got him with our first third round pick at
Yeah,
69. I
right.
think, matter of fact, I think the first three picks could have fell back around or or draft placement because we had, yeah, we could have got a safety in the second round, a center in the third round, and still got a tight end in the fourth round or the third round as well with a second, third round pick. You know, I think they all could have fell back a pick. Just my
hmm Yeah.
opinion.
Again, that's us drafting
Yeah,
because that's what we want to see on the team. I mean, yeah. I mean, I totally agree with you. I totally get it. We needed an edge. There was some edge help there. Um, we got a safety. We got the safety. We got one of the best safety. I'll just say that.
hmm
Um, you can say we got well. You actually can say we got pretty much three starters because when it comes to the 13 personnel, you're gonna Roush is gonna be out there.
he's gonna be out there a
Yeah,
lot.
he's gonna be out there. It's gonna be a matter of time before Jones take over at center.
Right. Only
And
because he lacks the experience, but the tools are there. He has the
right,
ability to start. Yeah.
right, and we already know. I think Thieneman is gonna got the leg up got the
Yeah,
inside leg up on the other safety
we
spot.
don't really have any safeties on our team except what's his face, and he been the backup forever. What's his name?
Yeah,
Hicks.
Hicks, right?
Yeah.
And we got Hicks, and we got the guy we just got from Buffalo as well,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Lewis,
yeah.
Cam
Cam Lewis.
Lewis. So, I mean, we got some depth back there. You know, it's just all putting it together on the field.
Facts. What you think about the Zavion Thomas pick? I thought we filled that role when we got
Luther Burton,
an old boy from Detroit, Khalif Ray, what's his name?
Leaf Raymond.
Khalif Raymond. Thought we filled that role with those two guys.
Um, well, we got Khalif Raymond on a 1 year deal. Um, I see, I see. This is just my personal opinion. I
Hmm.
see Thomas as the returner and maybe BJ's gadget guy.
That ain't Raymond.
No, I mean Raymond he just signed to a 1 year contract
So you ain't talking about this season. You talking about beyond this
for the
season.
future. Yeah, at least
Okay.
for the future. Um, he'll probably come in. I think he'll be maybe receiver after Raymond. I think maybe receiver 4 or 5. I think mainly his role will be as a returner. Real good punt returner, really good kick returner. You can see him catching short passes and taking it to the house. I think
Yeah.
that's where you see his speed take
His
over.
after the catch is. I mean, same with Luther Burton. His after the catch is crazy.
Right. Yeah. Very crazy. But I'm thinking that they got him for, at least going over the top. But
Yeah.
like I just said earlier, we don't we barely have plays to where I mean we got plays, but we don't run a bunch of plays to where we got receivers running over the top. You're clearing it out. I mean,
True.
I haven't seen
And
it.
we can use them for those clearing out plays, but we could also just put them on the field as a threat. Now they make the defense hesitate a little bit, be like, "Oh shit, they got this motherfucker on the field with the 4-2
Yeah,
speed."
right.
Now you got the safeties playing back, and you throwing some short shit. You know what I'm saying?
Not just having the safeties playing back. I mean, you might have them to come up in the box
Or come, yeah,
because he can run. He can take handoffs too.
true.
But
That's very true.
I don't think that's a big part of his game. I think short passes and get the ball in his hand. I think that's a bigger part of his game.
I saw some analysis though. They were definitely harping on the fact that he could play in the backfield, and maybe that's the Ben Johnson thing where they're gonna try to use him back there a little bit,
Yeah,
a little trick
like I
him.
said, yeah, BJ's gadget guy. Because it was a couple of plays where he threw passes.
Yeah. Okay.
So and yeah, he's gonna be a BJ gadget guy.
So
So what?
DJ just got a tool belt with all these gadgets in it. He got he got Luther Burton in one pocket in the gadget belt. He got Khalif Raymond in the pocket. Now he got Zavion Thomas in the pocket for his gadgets.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm quite and again, some polls said be the coaches they have a clear idea of how they want to use these players when they get
Hmm.
drafted. So BJ got a game plan for
Yeah.
him. BJ got a game plan for Roush. So I mean, we just gotta wait and see, the product on the field
Yeah. Like I said,
and
I
how
don't dislike the players. I just dislike the
the
position of
order
what they
in
were
which they was
drafting.
coached. You're right. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. Yeah. For
So,
sure.
so what kind of grade do you give the Thomas pick?
I thought it was a luxury pick. I didn't think it was something we needed. So I'm gonna give it a C plus.
Okay, I gave it a C minus.
C minus. Okay.
Yeah, I gave it a C minus.
thought it was very a pick we definitely didn't need in the top 3 rounds. Like
No, no, we
that was a
didn't.
luxury. Yeah,
But I think we did say before that I can expect Ben that we can expect Ben to take a receiver at some point. I thought maybe it would have been the fourth or maybe later on in the rounds.
right.
But again, this draft went backwards as to how we chose his pick, how we chose the
Man,
picks. It went totally backwards.
facts. I was like, a receiver, 3rd round? He ain't even gonna be a starter? Nah.
Mm. Nope. Nope.
Nah. You bugging out over there, Pose and Ben. Y'all
Yep.
tripping.
I agree. Now what about the corner that we spoke on earlier?
Malik
Pick
Muhammad.
124.
I like the pick. I like the round. I I think uh Tariq Stevenson is on his way out the door. He lost his starting position. He got benched, should I say. They got they got corners on the squad that can fill his role. The kid that didn't play last season, and then you got Malik Muhammad. So they really gearing up for the future. I think. I think the Bears are
Yeah.
gearing up for the future at the cornerback position. They just want to see how these kids can do, how they develop, and then they got their choice of picks between the two or three if they decide to keep Tariq. I like Tariq, but Tariq doesn't have enough focus for me to play on the island. He just don't.
Right on.
He just let the game get in his way. People get in his head. I always see him taunting and talking smack is fine. That's sports. But when it's time to play, you don't need your safety Kevin Byard to tell you to go ahead and get focused. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that to
Right.
happen. You need to go ahead and do
Right.
that on your own. You ain't no rookie. You know.
Right on. Yeah,
But
because
yeah, I like the
when it's
player Malik Muhammad. I saw his tape. I like him, man. He can play. He can cover. He can cover. You know, for
hmm
sure.
and this is one that the man said he can play any coverage. He can play man. He can play zone. He can play matchup. So that's what you're looking for in your corner. And he's
Yeah.
supposed he's 6 foot. He to me he's a little light in the ass to be
Yeah. He is.
182 pounds.
Yeah. I don't see
He's
him helping out with the run too much.
yeah, and the only thing, well, I'm not going to say that that's a knock, but he's the second player that we got on the team that's 3 years removed from high school,
Hmm.
and that's so he's him and Thieneman is they're young,
They're very young.
very young, and to be that young and to make it to the NFL, that means you got some
You
good
got some
talent,
talent.
you
Yeah,
got
for
some
sure.
talent. So
What you think about Jalen Johnson's future? Is he gonna recover from that injury? Because he looked a little slow last year.
yeah, he to me he does. Hopefully hopefully everyone can recover uh, and not have these soft tissue injuries this year. 'Cause I really would like to see what that back end looks like with everyone being healthy.
Hmm.
And that's something sometimes that's something Johnson struggled with is soft tissue injuries and being healthy throughout the
Right.
whole season. Um, I think if he can recover fully from his well, what was it? It was a ab something with the abs or some shit. His core, something with his core. But I think if he can recover and regain his speed, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
was
think he's a top shutdown corner though, as he
yeah, I was
was.
talking about Tariq Stevenson being on his way out. I wouldn't be surprised if these picks were geared towards Jalen Johnson with his contract and all, and not really being available and productive like that. They can
Well,
go
I mean,
younger.
it's just one corner though that as you said, we Tyreek Stevenson might be on his way out. Hell, it might not be Tyreek Stevenson. It might be JJ that
That's what I'm
could
saying.
be
That's
on.
exactly what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, JJ, he's our top corner, so he ain't going nowhere. But he could be the one that
he
could be
could be
on
the
his way
one
out. Right. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. I didn't even think of it that way.
with Za Frazier still waiting in the wing, and then we got Malik Muhammad.
Yeah, we
They
we
might
don't
be.
even go ahead.
Go ahead. Now, so they
No, I was
might they
just
might be preparing themselves for get from under that contract is what I was about to say. Jalen Johnson's contract.
okay, okay. Yeah, because damn, never mind. Fuck it. But yeah. I for this round, I did, in the mocks I had a receiver, and I had them taking a corner. But the corner that I had them taking was the guy from Washington. He was a 6'4" corner that could work that would be another project for
Al
damn,
Harris.
right. He was 6'4". I think he got drafted in the third round.
Okay.
So yeah, I that's the corner I wanted them to draft. But I'll take Muhammad.
Would the corner you were talking about from Washington, would he be a project you said or a day one starter?
I think he could push to like what they doing with Muhammad. I think
Hmm.
he'll push to be a starter.
Okay. He could push
I,
the
yeah,
competition.
uh, right. Add competition to that room.
I think with Al Harris coming back, not getting picked up, thanks for not y'all for not offering him a job anywhere
Yeah,
else. I think our
exactly.
DB is gonna be straight as long as they stay healthy,
Hmm.
and the front four can get some push, so the quarterbacks can make some mistakes. We can get them
Right.
turnovers.
Well, not just that,
Yeah,
some sacks, some quarterback hurries, some pressures.
yeah,
We
some
need all
pressures.
that.
Just pressure him a little bit more.
Yeah, get him off his spot. Make him
Exactly.
speed up a little bit.
Speed up his clock. I know y'all want to slice and dice us. We got some good DBs on this squad though, capable DBs.
So
So
what grade do you give the Malik Hamid draft? I mean, yeah, pick.
that pick, I get that pick a B. I thought it was a good pick in the perfect round. Like the first
Okay,
three rounds was ugh, but I thought that was a really good pick in that round
okay.
and a good
I gave it a
player.
C. I
Okay.
gave it a C. Um, Starting down there in the SEC, and um, he knows competition. He's been up
Yeah.
against competition, top
Exactly.
competition, being in Texas. Um, Again, going up against that SEC, 41 games played
They had a
and
good season.
29
Yeah.
started. So I mean, he's got some experience out there, and he's still young and
Hmm.
long. So I gave that pick a C.
Yeah. Like you said, he's just a little light in the ass. Other than that, he's got the length. He got the speed. I think he could cover. You know.
Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. But again,
And
my pick was Takari. I can't remember his freaking last name, but I think he got picked up in the third round. He's over.
okay.
If I'm mistaken, it's somewhere over there. I think it's NFC West where he ended up.
Question. Quick question. It's a stray away from our draft just a little bit, but what do you think about the draft overall draft picks for our rivals in our division? You think they did well, or you think they did okay, or terrible?
Um, if I'm being totally honest with you, I fucked them. I ain't paid no attention to who they drafted, or I really don't care. If I'm being straight honest.
My man, that's all. That's
Now,
all good with me.
now, um, unfortunately, I had to find out where a couple of players went because I wanted us to draft them. Um, Danny Sutton, he ended up in fucking Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and uh, the left tackle from Northwestern, he
Yeah.
ended up in Minnesota.
Yeah, I saw that.
But other than that,
What round he got drafted late, didn't he?
yeah, he got drafted late. He got drafted late. I expected him to go a little bit early
Me
because he was
too.
one of the top left tackles on
And
the
that's
board.
something that we could have done, because we need a left tackle.
Now, now, if we would this just me and just doing mocks. Now they had a left tackle out there in Oregon, 6'7",
Hmm.
6'8", 315. Isaiah World. He did not get drafted, but he got picked up. Somebody signed him, and they picked him up already. I would have picked him up in one of them late rounds if he wasn't there in the fourth round. I would have picked him up, a little bit later, but he didn't even get drafted this year. So somebody signed him as an undrafted free agent. I think they're gonna get a good one.
So like him, he could have fit in our third. I mean, not our third, our fourth round or fifth round. Like where we drafted Keyshawn Elliott in the fifth, he could have fit
Hmm.
right there. Where we
Yeah,
drafted, huh?
go ahead.
Where we drafted Zavion Thomas in the third, we could have really got the tackle from Northwestern and put him right there, right? The last third round pick we had, 89.
Yeah, but
Because
again,
Zavion was a luxury pick. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
again, I get it, but this draft is the way they draft. It just tells you what they thought about the linemen that we got. I think they got full confidence in
I
what we
hope
have.
I hope they're right. Because if they're not, I'm gonna be pissed, and they ain't gonna care that I'm pissed. But
Right.
but I'm gonna be
Yeah,
pissed
they
because
not
we
gonna
had
care.
opportunities. I'm looking at it now. We had like 3 opportunities to fill some of those needs. You know.
But also is something that Roshar said in a few of his interviews that they didn't see that left tackle that's out there. That they feel was a cornerstone.
Hmm.
They didn't feel like they saw one. So that's why they went with what they had, what we got.
I feel him on that, but I don't see Zavion Thomas as a cornerstone.
I mean, Zavion Thomas is that luxury pick. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
that's the
I
gadget
got a
guy.
luxury pick, and I got a guy that's he might not be the cornerstone, but he might be. We don't know, but we definitely need one of these. We
Yeah,
definitely need one. Let's.
right.
We didn't know
But
Ozzy Trapillo was going to be a cornerstone or anything like that, but we needed one of those,
yeah,
and
but
he
for
filled
for
the
right
bill. He filled the bill,
for right now, we just got some placeholders,
basically.
and and with how they was coached up last year, I think we'll be all right. I mean, we went through what 3 last year, and we still ended up 11-6.
Hmm.
Caleb still ended up with half the sacks, well, less than
Less
half
than
the
that.
sacks that,
Yeah,
yeah. So to what, less than 30 sacks on the season. So
yeah.
even though we play ring around the left tackle, um, we still have some good production over there. I mean,
Very
'cause
true,
we didn't
and
we
hopefully
didn't
that
give up
holds
a
up
lot of
again this
tackles,
season. A lot
and
of that
that's what
might
it's
have
going
to.
to look like.
A lot of that might have to do with Joe Tooney being over there to help out, and a lot of it probably the coaching. Yeah, so we're gonna see.
And play calling.
Yeah.
So what's before we get up out of here, we got to grade Keyshawn Elliott and Jordan Vandenberg.
Keyshawn Elliott, Arizona State. I'm trying to remember the analysis on this kid. He can he can't cover. They say he's a middle linebacker or something like that, inside linebacker. Um,
Yeah, that's a lack in this game.
I didn't really the pick didn't really move me. It was like fifth round. I was like, okay. We do need depth in that pick. We need depth in that position, and it's a fifth round pick. All right, I'm okay with it. You know, I give it a C.
Okay. Well, for fifth, they had him ranked at 103.
Really,
Yeah, they had him
overall,
ranked overall. They had him ranked number 103. Um, he's a good tackler, a tackles
right?
for loss guy, playing behind the line of scrimmage. Um, he actually had 10 pass breakups
Okay,
in his short career.
that's pretty
Uh,
good.
yeah, I mean, I think what stood out to me about his stats the most is the TFLs. Is playing behind the line of scrimmage and attacking the ball.
Attack the run.
Yeah. Um, when he actually was on the field, he was productive. He averaged, I would say, in his last 3 seasons, he averaged at least 100 tackles a year. Um, he started out at what, New Mexico State. Couldn't get no tick there. Yeah, he started playing his sophomore year. Then he transferred to Arizona State, to where he didn't start right away, but later on in the season he picked up what, 7 starts. Then he
Okay,
started all of last year. What, 11 games that they had. So I thought his production was pretty good. 28 tackles for loss is doing his career. That says a lot. He's playing behind the line of scrimmage,
yeah, I
and
like that for my linebacker especially because
yeah,
it seems like on our team the run hit us at the linebacker position, so they didn't already beat the defensive line. But with a guy
right,
like that, nah, you ain't gonna beat us. I'm finna meet you.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
and that's like what you're saying. If the defensive line hold up to where they keeping the guards and the tackles off the linebackers, that's where Devin Bush and Elliott could shine.
Thrive. Yeah,
Yeah, right. I like that word thrive. A better word.
I agree though.
So
Yeah, they're
so
gonna
for
help
that
our
pick,
run. Huh?
no, go ahead, because
No, so they're
you
gonna help our
saying
run
something that
game.
we all
Can he
need to
push?
hear.
Can he push for playing time?
I don't know. I think he'll push for yeah, playing time in a rotation. Because if he's a middle linebacker and you already got DeMarco Jackson and TJ there, and TJ still coming off an injury. So right now, yeah, I think he'll push for some time.
Okay, because you know your boy Hippolyte, he better not see the field unless it's special teams.
Either that, or well, he'll probably be somewhere on the outside.
Yeah, he on the outside. Yeah,
He ain't playing in the middle.
no, he on the outside.
Yeah, he ain't playing in the middle. So we'll see what Hippolyte can do this year, or if he takes the next step, like BJ and them, is what they're expecting from the young players.
Yeah. Um, Jordan Vandenberg, Georgia Tech, round 6, last pick, defensive tackle. So they finally addressed the defensive line. Not the end, but it's the line. I thought that was a good pick late in the draft.
Yeah, and they to me they went off they went off his RAS score, but then when you actually see him actually play, I mean he's he's pretty good, pretty
Yeah,
effective.
yeah.
Now, me, of course, my pick would have been Landon Robinson,
Hmm.
because his stats look a lot better than
His RAS
Vandenberg.
score,
Nah, his stats,
his stats. Okay.
his stats, his stats look a
His
lot better.
fifth.
Yeah, and he was actually ranked in the he was actually ranked 112.
Oh shit.
Landon Robinson,
Yeah.
and they had Vandenberg ranked at 295.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah,
But it's per fifth, so we don't know. Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's
And
arbitrary.
Vandenberg, of course, the knock on him is he couldn't get on the field. He started out in JUCO and then went to Penn State for 3 years. Couldn't get
Hmm.
on the field as it, he played as a reserve, but he really couldn't get on the field. So once he got to Georgia Tech, the guy took off.
So he couldn't get on the field because he wasn't that good, or they had some future NFL All Pros on those Penn State rosters. What's up?
Probably a little bit of both.
Mm,
Probably a little bit of both. Because if you could in 3 seasons,
right,
you couldn't get on the field.
right.
Yeah,
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm
and
like 3 years.
they play in the ACC. So to me, the ACC ain't what it used to be. In my opinion, the
Right,
ACC used to be what one of the top conferences, but it ain't basketball.
right.
So but
Yeah, it fell off for sure.
right, but to actually see him again, I think it was a RAS score because the RAS score he had a 10.
Mm.
But some of the stats do pop out at you. You know, and what he started 20 games at Georgia Tech, 67 tackles, 16 TFLs, 4 sacks, and a block kick. And
So
that's
what this draft means to me is the Bears believe in the players' raw abilities and their coaching.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
Because to me, some of the stats don't
yeah, don't line up with the pick.
right. It don't line up with the pick. So some of it, as they going off best player available with the RAS, and
Mm.
so I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that. Just drafting off that. I don't like
I
that.
don't think you should be iffy on that because you've been using the fifth the whole podcast.
No, I used to put fifth as far as them ranking the players.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
as far as the RAS score is what it is. And that's a lot of what pose them um base their draft and their profiles off of.
No, I get it. I get it. I got to poke at you though, because to me
And
they're
we
both
hate,
ranking systems.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like I don't like the fifth because it's owned by Chris Collinsworth. And they don't.
Damn. You
Yeah,
got beef with Collinsworth?
yeah, fuck them. I can't stand that dude. I don't
Yeah, I don't
like
like
his.
him as a commentator either.
Yeah,
I
uh,
don't
I,
rock with him at all.
that's where
He
it
do a
all
little too
starts
much.
from.
He do little too much glazing for me.
A lot of glazing, a lot of glazing. And he do it with a paintbrush.
Man,
Not one of them basting brushes. He do it with a paintbrush. He
damn.
lay that shit on. He lay that shit on thick.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah,
All right.
I agree with you with your assessment. They basically drafting on the players' talent and
Hmm.
believing in the coach's coaching ability as opposed to what you actually seeing on tape. I
Right.
think the first 2 to 3 picks is Thieneman, Jones, and
Roush
Thomas.
or Thomas.
I I
Okay.
I think that's what you see on tape is what you playing off of. I think the other ones is just going off rads and
Scores and stuff. Okay. I like
yeah,
that. I like how you broke that down.
'cause the,
For
the
sure.
tape is a lot better on Thieneman, Jones, and Thomas
Thomas.
than the other players, and that's just my opinion.
Nah, I feel you on that too. 100. All right. And that's going to wrap up today's episode of Setting the Tone. We did our little draft analysis and gave them some grades. And y'all chime in the comments and tell us what y'all think about our comments and our grades. And I know if y'all want to go ahead and crucify us for what we said about, especially me, what I said about the coaching, go ahead. But
Yeah,
J
we
Mac,
accept it all. We accept it all.
yeah, it's all good. As long as it's constructive, you got something behind it. It ain't
Right
just,
on.
you know, name calling
Right
and
on.
trying to bully me.
Right on. Hell yeah.
J Mac, you got anything you want to add, brother?
Man, if you bleed blue and orange the way we do, y'all hit that like and subscribe for some extra bear content. And y'all meet us up in the chats.
Yes, sir. Hey,
Like,
bro.
subscribe, share, all that. And one more thing. I want to give a shout out to Olin Kreutz. No, not Olin Kreutz. Josh Kreutz. I hope he at least make the practice squad for the season.
Hmm. We're not gonna keep
I,
three
I,
centers on the roster, right?
at least practice squad at least. He can
No,
at
I mean
least
like
develop.
the game day roster. Do we usually keep three centers? No.
Nah, nah.
Okay, so yeah, practice squad probably for him.
Yeah, that I at least want to see that. At more than $15 an hour.
Hey, I'll say that for
More than
later, but yes, sir. I
for
I
sure,
appreciate
for
y'all
sure.
checking us out. J Mac, I appreciate you coming through and showing out, my brother. And
Thanks for having me, man. I
no
appreciate you.
problem, anytime. And I'll hit you up later, man.
For sure.
All right.